Man, I literally walked into this episode expecting to be heartbroken, to feel bad, to be disappointed by Kamari's guaranteed rejection. To be honest, I thought it was actually going to be a bit worse. I was like, man, this dude's going to admit that he wants to, and then somehow she's going to get broken up with. I walk in expecting the worst, and somehow I still leave disappointed. Not disappointed in the way that it was bad, but disappointed that these girls... Some sick bastard wrote a show that's all about breaking these girls' heart. And somehow the same sick bastard dumps our boy. Now here's the thing, a blind man can see that between Anna and him, there's some romance brewing. But the fact that my boy's out here saying, no, I just want to have the friendship, and then in 2 to 3 years, maybe, at that point we know where things stand. I'm like, damn it, that isn't a high school love, I don't know what is. And she shoots him down, which I can respect. She's not clearly over the person that she was trying to go out with, so it's going to take her some time. She doesn't want to jump into no rebound. But what sick bastard made this show, and where can I thank them for this sick bullshit? I'm generally confused on where the show is going to go, because I don't think there's other characters that are to be introduced that are going to get shot down anytime soon, but I could be mistaken. I'm just going off poster image. But we are a month into the show, and it is among one of the best of this season that continuously breaks my heart because these poor girls just are destined to be loser heroines, and somehow our boy is alongside with them. Full live reactions over on Patreon. If you want some full and good thought to any of these episodes, it's over there exclusively. So I had a very fun time. I'd easily say this is the best episode out of the batch, 100%. Very interesting choice too, because it was a very dim episode. I mean, the start of the episode when the confession happened, and then obviously when there was a bit of a shakeup between our central two here, where it kind of was... I wanted to smack him when he basically says that he doesn't want people to assume things, and it just breaks her little heart. So 2 of the sections of the episodes were very dim, rainy, just depressing. And then obviously when it was more of the bright scenes, it's when more hopeful stuff was starting to happen. Very good use of directing in my opinion, but there's 2 equally interesting points to this episode, and it was the main points that dominated the episode. Of course, there was the Kamari confession, which then escalates into this dumbass apparently thinking he confessed at Christmas, and let me tell you, his confession was the worst confession I've ever heard. You could have goddamn Batman trying to deduct what the hell this man meant, and even he wouldn't understand. So it's so bad because, like, if we remove the love triangle that was there, and she had no interest in this man that Kamari ended up confessing to, he would have accepted, and they probably would have built a cute little relationship. The unfortunate thing is that literally recently he tried confessing, thought he was shot down, and now is confused. So it's like, when multiple people like the same person, if it's a monogamous situation, someone's going to be left disappointed. That's life, that's how it is. And it is better to be shot down than to not take your shot and never know what the answer is going to be. Some people don't like hearing that, but it's true, because you don't want to spend 5 years later wondering, if I would have done this, would have things been different. It's better to have short-term pain than long-term pain. But it's so sad. I thought she was jumping at first. The way they framed the cars in that bridge, I was like, you don't tell me this bitch is gonna jump off it because of this love triangle. Thankfully, it wasn't as dramatic as I was thinking, but it gave me a little fright there. Wasn't a fan of how hard she slapped him, like literally... Okay, even if you think he's been playing you and you've been waiting all your life, you don't physically hurt people. The difference between Anna and her is night and day. She did shove a little at the end, but there was no actual aggression in terms of, like, physically abusive. Because I was physically abusive. Like, she wound up and smacked him, and like, no, you don't do that. The roles were reversed. This man would be arrested. You don't... Bad. Though luckily, I did come out saying, like, despite her being rejected, Kamari that is, I appreciate how they did it. And that's what's frustrating is, like, on one hand you have a show that's a joke. That's like, hey, this whole show's about how these different heroines always lose, and that the tropes and cliches ain't gonna solve their issues or protect their heartbreak. So you have that, but then you actually are building this legitimately really interesting character drama, and now that the cast is seemingly formed, I'm kind of interested to see where they're gonna go. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, we have the Anna situation, and it's sad because she brings a cucumber sandwich, and ain't no cucumber sandwich worth $30, but that's all I'm saying. And he immediately gets rid of the debt because he overhears a few popular girls talking smack about, oh, this he's out of, or she's out of his league and blah, blah, blah. And he's basically going the route of, well, I don't want them talking bad because clearly she doesn't deserve to have her life ruined. And he separates in a shitty ass way. Like, the more it goes on, the more even I was like, can we like redirect the slap to our boy? Because like, that's not how you do it. It was cruel, it was mean, and she had every right to be feisty. I appreciate that very quickly he tried to resolve it, but still, like, there was that frustration. And this frustration is intentional. Without the frustration, the drama doesn't matter as much. So I'm glad it's there, but it disappoints me. I feel like a father watching my dumbass kid make the dumbest decisions. Maybe I would have made the same dumbass decisions at his life, but damn it, I got the wisdom now, and you're a disappointment, son. Like, that's how it feels watching this. But it's so wonderful, especially because, as much as I want to criticize, teenagers are dumb. And teenagers are confusing. So when a boy who shoots down a girl takes the new boy who's gonna take the girl that he turned down to say, I just want to make sure she's... There's a reason why the official Twitter account posts a goddamn flowchart about who loves who or who feels about who. Because this shit be confusing, but at the end of the day, growing up is confusing, and these people don't know what they want. Honestly, thinking back to just different couples I'd see throughout 4 years of high school, bitches be jumping around friend groups like it's just a merry-go-round, man. People bounce around, they don't know what the hell they want because they're all dumb and full of hormones. But I appreciate the fact that now that seemingly the main group has been formed, they've all been shot down in some ways, we kind of have a bit of a better understanding of where people are going. We, of course, have the main romance that seemingly is brewing. Kamari's a little troll, man. She's a little shit. She gives me feisty little sister energy that just wants to watch the world burn, and I kind of enjoy that. The other one's... I'm still not sure if she's starting to have feelings for our boy, but it feels like it's possible. But in general, I'm liking what they're doing. And it's like that perfect level of disappointing you because you're like, these characters don't deserve heartbreak, but I can't look away from the chaos, on top of just being something that's so sweet and funny. And honestly, could have been more of a gimmick than the show turned out to be. It could have just been like 100 girlfriends who really, really, really love you, and just every other episode we introduce a new one who's going to lose. And seemingly that's not really what they're going for. They're actually just trying to tell a kind of twist on a school series with some pretty good characterization. Now, of course, those are my feelings. Let me know what you thought. Kamari Heartbreak definitely broke my heart, but I'm glad she bounced back. But unexpected stuff with Anna and him. Wasn't expecting that at all. At this point, Truck-kun's gonna... Could you imagine if this show ended with him finally confessing 2 years later and then Truck-kun isekais this guy? That would be his luck is all I'm saying, but let me know what you're thinking down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around. Of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Abraham Megichi, Chris, Yasin Biggie, Gary Old Tenbury, and we also have Essam. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.